to do some trendy pop culture topics in this one that may retouch earlier things I've said before, but then they happen again, so you have to address them again, because apparently the world didn't catch on the first time. Steve Harvey's wife gets heat on social media because she says the word retarded during an Instagram video of her in her own kitchen talking to her own husband, Steve Harvey. The exact context was, clearly he, Steve, thinks I'm retarded and don't know how to cut a beat. First of all, how many retarded people do you know that cut beats on the regular? I'm retarded and I don't know how to cut them. Never really been a thing that came up during my learning development. I love the idea of offended mothers scrambling to teach their retarded kids how to cut beats so they can post a video trying to prove her wrong. Excuse me, Marjorie, but my son is developmentally disabled and he can cut a beat with only 9 fingers. What was she supposed to say? The terminology only gains syllables as our society moves further into the warm blanket of safe spaces. Retarded used to be what doctors said. Then they were like, nah, don't do that anymore. Now call them mentally handicapped. Then later they were like, handicapped is too much. Let's call them developmentally disabled. They just keep tacking on syllables to these phrases. Pretty soon it's gonna be, nah, now we refer to them as psycho-intellectually incapacitated. You're gonna throw that language around your kitchen? Clearly he thinks I'm psycho-intellectually incapacitated and don't know how to cut a beat. But even if you use the socially acceptable terminology, the context gets people mad at you anyway. Parents are always looking for excuses to throw their own retarded kids into the line of fire. Like, let's say that the act of saying the word retarded is like firing a gun at a shooting range, a place where people usually don't get hurt when you're firing guns, unless you give a submachine gun with solid recoil to a 7-year-old girl, you fucking idiots. You could be firing your gun at the targets, minding your own business, until a triggered parent walks over in front of you and literally tosses their disabled child into the path of your bullets, then demands an apology for what you did to them. Every time these people hear the word retarded on social media, they plaster their kid's dumb face in the thread, forcing them to play in traffic until they get run over. I know you wish you had a normal kid, but this isn't the way to get rid of the one you ended up with. I feel like some mothers are just trying to exploit as much of the situation as they can. Like, well, God gave me a dud, better make the most of it, I guess. So they use their kid as a way to consolidate social media power, policing everyone's language around them and making everyone cater to their feelings. You might not get grandchildren out of the deal, I hope, but at least you can make people bend to your whims and try to get celebrities to apologize to you for no reason. That's fun. Retarded isn't outdated, it's a classic. It's something you listen to on vinyl while you smoke a tobacco pipe and drink scotch in a lounge chair. This is what's stupid about everything relating to this, is that's just the cycle of words. Words are made, they're used correctly as scientific or descriptive terms, then they start being used as slurs or insults, so oops, can't use those words anymore, have to invent new terms. Until those terms get used as slurs and insults, then uh-oh, time to invent new terms. It's fucking dumb. Words are man-made. They hold no meaning but what we agree on, but kids can take them to the playground and ruin them for everyone. Sticks and stones, people. A modern version of that saying would be, rape and guns may tear my buns, but Facebook is selling our data. Next. Why shouldn't Taylor Swift be allowed to cover songs by black artists? Is that the new low we've sunk into this cultural appropriation garbage? Just go ahead and tell everyone you want segregation to come back if you like it so much. Separate but equal, but like actually equal this time. Justin Timberlake gets flack for using a Prince hologram and calling him the greatest artist of all time. Why? Because Justin Timberlake is white, and white people are not allowed to revere black people, not after what we did. Fuck all of you. It's music. You want to attach petty politics to music. Music isn't colored unless you have synesthesia. When you invent a genre of music, you share it with the world and invite them to take inspiration from it. That's the whole damn point, is to put your life experience into listenable inspiration. If someone wants to take your inspiration and combine it with their inspiration, that's the most beautiful alchemy we're capable of transmuting. Don't you want humans to transcend these color barriers and form a brotherhood and sisterhood of species? That's literally MLK's fucking dream. But some people are still over here trying to relegate culture into specific little boxes that can't be touched by anyone not of that culture. That's not sharing, it's hoarding. If you truly didn't see color when you look at a person, then you wouldn't even be able to recognize cultural appropriation. Get out of here. Bruno Mars is one of the greatest musical talents balance of this generation, and you're gonna invalidate that because he wears gold chains with his Hawaiian shirt? You're a bitch! He's Hawaiian, by the way. I had to look it up. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.